Here's your toddler in the no phase. Everything is no, and you don't even know who says no more, if you or your toddler. If that's your situation, today we're going to talk about how to navigate the no phase so you and your toddler don't have to end his toddlerhood years in frustration. My name is Marcela Collier. I am your Parenting with Understanding coach. If gentle parenting is something that you like, that you approve, that you want to do, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so every time that I upload, you are notified of my videos. Real quick, I have an announcement before we start. I have a big Black Friday sale coming up for all my digital guides. They're going to be on Black Friday weekend from Friday to Monday, 40% off. And they're already inexpensive. They're $27 each. But they are going to be 40% off. So if you haven't grabbed one of those, or if you want to grab all of them, this is your opportunity. Okay, let's go to the content of this video. The no phase starts at around 18 months old because your child hits a big developmental milestone at that age. They start recognizing themselves as a separate person from you. They start seeing themselves as somebody who has will and their own emotions. And that teaches them something: freedom. They discover their will, and they discover that they could act in a way that is not necessarily the way their parents want them to act. And they learn the word no. And this word gives them so much power. If you think about it, every time you say no, you are in charge. And they feel that way. They feel powerful when they say the word no, because it gives them the ability to exercise their new discovered will. The number one trap that parents of toddlers fall at the no phase is that they enter that phase with their toddlers as well. They end up telling their children no more times than their children tell them no. And it becomes a battle of wills. Who says no louder? How do you prevent that without engaging in power struggles and without hurting your child's confidence with punishments or with things that you don't want to access, like yelling or putting them in a corner, or even accessing a corporal punishment or other types of punishment? Learn positive parenting language. Replace all those stop words like no, stop, enough, cut it out, done. All those things that are geared towards stopping a behavior for words that are geared towards replacing a behavior. So you don't want your child to jump on the couch. What can they do instead? Instead of telling them no, tell them what they can do. That's one thing. Say yes more than what you say no. If they ask for a candy and you know that it's not the time for a candy, instead of saying no, you cannot have a candy right now, you can say yes. After you eat dinner, then you can have the candy, if that's something that it is okay for your house. Another trap that parents of toddlers fall into is that when their children say no to them, they're very animate. They're like, no, and they might throw the thing that they have in their hands, and then that triggers parents a lot. So how do you curb this? How do you respond to this? Stop for a second. Your toddler throwing things is not the end of the world, and it is not unsafe unless they're throwing knives at you or they're throwing things at the baby. It is unsafe, and then intervene physically. But if they're just no stamping and they throw the crackers to the floor and I don't want this, then stop for a second. Take a deep breath if it is triggering you, and then come back and acknowledge their feelings. I'm not saying to agree with what they did, but acknowledge their desire. I understand that you want only more crackers. Right now, the only crackers we have is the Scooby-Doo crackers. And after that, offer a solution for them. It might work, it might not work. Whatever case it is, then you keep your cool and remember that your job there is to help your child go through his behaviors and emotions as safe as possible, and not to achieve a certain result. Because we don't want to manipulate our children's behaviors. We just want to help them through a behavior. A wonder tip to prevent the no tantrums is to be proactive and to think about, okay, I'm about to give my child a no. How can I prevent this? So maybe putting his shoes on or things in the daily routine. There are some things that are especially hard for them. How can you make it exciting? How can you make it playful? How can you make that instruction a little bit easier for them? One of my twins, he was climbing up and down the counter, and that's not safe. That's a limit that I have in my house, that we don't climb on the counter. I put him down and I said, Miguel, we don't climb on the counter. I said no. Yes, I did say no. The second time, I said, I see that you're having a hard time following that instruction. If you want to sit, you can sit on the floor. You can sit on the couch. I gave them options. And then he tried to go back up. At that point, I said, okay, I could use something maybe to lighten up the environment, to lighten up the energy of the situation. He was escalated. If I try to enforce it right there, like, no, I already said no, then it's going to make things worse. So instead of that, I used silliness and I said, okay, if we cannot put our booties on the couch or on the floor, let's go put our booties on the grass. And then I did this silly movement, and then I skipped to the backyard, and then he followed me, and I prevented a tantrum. Now, the question that I have for you is, how many times do you tell no to your child? He might be in the no phase, but are you in the no phase with him as well? If you are, then apply the tips that I just told you. If you already went through them, if you already done things and it is not working, then access my help. I'm going to leave a link to different resources here in the description and access them. What about if you're seeing the tantrum? What about if he's already in this big outburst? What do you do? In this video, I walk you through the 4 steps to stop your child's tantrums in less than 5 minutes. I'll see you there. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, keep parenting your children with understanding. I'll see you next time. Bye.